It sounds like a great thing to be an inclusive leader, doesn't it? We create better solutions because we take in different perspectives. It creates a more loyal and productive team as members feel seen and cared for. So why are we not all and always inclusive leaders? It's because we have to fight against our own comfort zones and belief systems. Practicing inclusion takes discipline. In our cultures, in our teams, in our families, there are stories and belief systems about the value of different voices. For example, in some groups, a young person's perspective might not be considered as important as a corporate executive's. Or in another, a member or members of the indigenous community might not be included in community planning. As an inclusive leader, how might I notice which voices within my team, my community, and my country are being heard, and which ones are not? Which ones are being muffled and marginalized? This can be really difficult if the stories of a culture make my personal life easier, and I haven't needed to question them. Whose voices are most valued usually has some connection to power, or who's considered powerful. The media will give you clues around who is considered the most valuable or who should be in power. A fun inclusion leadership exercise I recommend is to have each person on your team bring a video or a magazine that symbolizes assumptions about who should be powerful in your culture. For example, are all the doctors in an advertisement male? How are the religious or political leaders portrayed? How is the December vacation period? What is it called? These are subtle messages that say if you are welcome and valued on my team or within my community. If I have power in a culture, I might not even notice who does not. One of my inclusive leadership shortcomings can be not realizing that I have privilege that others don't, and that others are looking out a very different window on my culture. To consider your power and who you might not have listened to when considering needs and solutions. To consider your power and who might not be listened to when considering needs and solutions. These are 9 common differentiators: gender, ethnicity, age, education, socioeconomic status, sexual orientation, ability, religion or creed, and language. To consider whose voices are missing, consider, would you rather be male or female in your culture? Would you rather be Muslim or Jewish in your community? Unconscious biases. This is another area that we want to watch. These are the voices in our heads that tell us stories, and we're not even aware of them. And we don't even know where they've come from often. They're usually telling us that one group is good and another group is bad, one group should be listened to and another should not. This has an effect on what assumptions we make around our decisions. Do I assume that all engineers are male and I might give less time to a female candidate? Do I assume that a parent in a family who's caring for the children is female? These are stories we've been told, and they're just stories. So as inclusive leaders, our job is to check out our assumptions, suspend them in front of us, and see each person as a potentially fascinating stranger that has their own window on the world. This can feel very threatening and uncomfortable as we face that our beliefs might be limited or even wrong. This is where our assumptions come from, and we don't even know necessarily that they're there. Am I valuing someone less because of their skin color, for example? How can you expand your viewpoint each and every day? Another hidden bias that can limit our effectiveness as leaders is assuming that everyone thinks like we do. Everyone problem solves the way we do. We limit ourselves if we don't create inclusive teams that include multiple problem-solving types. Do you have team members that like to focus on the facts and the statistics? Do you have others that are considering the feelings, the morale, or the people and the safety of your clients? Do you have those creative types that love active brainstorming and possibilities and ideas? And do you have those that bring the methodologies and frameworks to our problem solving? We'll dive into these styles in another topic, but how are you fostering and respecting diverse thinking as well as diverse perspectives? I close with this quote, and I hope that we each may create spaces where this may be true. Everyone wants love and care, but more than these, human beings want respect for who they are.